just had an amazing party yesterday, the annual Exquisite Yachts Owners Party, which is an event we host at our resort, the Exquisite Catamarans Center in the Bahamas, every year. And I think we were like almost 80 people, and lots of boat owners, our own team, potential buyers. It was just a fun event. So lots of food, lots of drinks, and dancing and happiness. And we got lots of boats here in the marina. And then today, after the party night, people went out sailing on the 30 Sportcat, which was fun. They did a couple rounds with people, and we're slowly wrapping it up. We are in Freeport, Grand Bahama Island, in the Exquisite Catamarans Center. This is the home base for Exquisite, where we have our offices set up now, and our after-sales service, where we have our own marina, our charter base. We commission boats here, train the owners for sailing, do all warranty repairs, annual just routine maintenance and repairs. We just store boat for some owners, and again the charter base, which from next year we start heavily investing and focusing on the charter business, because more and more of our boats are joining our charter management, the Exquisite Charter Management. So next year we already have 5 or 6 of our boats between all of our models, from the 30 Sportcat, 40 Powercat, the X5 Plus, even an older X5, the 60 Sail and the 60 Power. So each of our models are based here, at least 1 or 2 units, and this way we can have an all year long permanent boat show, showing boats to customers anytime, but we can also take them out sailing, and they can also charter our boat, any of our models, and for a try before you buy charter. So they go out for a week, a luxury cruise with a captain and chef taking care of them, and if they end up buying a boat, then we discount the charter price. So it's a free week to enjoy, so why not?
And is it also marina for the Exquisite boats?
Absolutely, it's not just Exquisite. Actually, we are a full service marina with a restaurant, bar and restaurant, and a pool, heated pool. So we have all the water toys, the jet skis and kayaks, and the 30 Sportcat. So any boats are welcome. Absolutely, we're not reserving it for Exquisite. Obviously, Exquisite Yachts and Exquisite owners have priority and discounts and all that. But besides that, we're open to any other boats. Also repairs as well. So we're not just repairing Exquisite boats. So any other boats would come in here, need assistance, repairs, upgrades, we open to that.
Several years looking at different catamarans, and we looked at all of the production manufacturers in various sizes. We went to several boat shows and came very close to purchasing boats at the boat shows, but none of them were exactly what we were looking for. And we actually took a road trip through Florida looking at different boats, again, production manufacturers, and we stumbled across an X5, kind of randomly actually. And the second we saw it, we actually absolutely fell in love with the boat. And returned home, and we started doing a bunch of research and watched all the videos. We saw Tomas and a lot of the people we've now met since then.
That was great.
And we're very impressed by their story and how they came to build this boat based on their experience with different boats and what was missing and what could be improved upon. So I actually reached out to Exquisite and I said, hey, I found this boat and we're interested in purchasing it, and could you do a survey? And then Tomas himself reached back out, and then we ended up having further conversations with them and found out about the certified pre-owned program, which is very appealing to us. And along this journey, we actually ended up meeting some other X5 owners through friends, and they all had the same story to tell, which is an amazing company. What you hear about the service after you purchase a boat is in fact true. So I guess we've been talking to Tomas now for 6 months or so, and finally found the boat for us. We're very excited. It's being delivered next month. We did actually sell our house in South Carolina, and to pursue this dream. We're super excited. We have a house in the Virgin Islands, so we're going to take the boat down there and start our adventure next year. We're very, very excited about it.
So this is your it will be your first catamaran.
This is our first catamaran, so we have a lot of experience with power boats, including we're actually living on a houseboat at the moment, oddly enough. So we're very comfortable with that aspect. We've got some work to do to learn how to really sail. We owned a smaller sailboat last summer, but we're looking forward to the learning process. And that's also what's amazing about this for us is that we'll have a captain that's going to help us do some training for a week, and we got a little training today on a sailboat. So we're ready for the challenge, I guess.
So tell me about a little bit your story about Multihull and about Exquisite.
Well, I first sailed when I was a 8-year-old on a lake in a little sunfish. Enjoyed that and did that for many years. And then my only other sailing experience was on little beach cats resorts. Never got out of sight of where we started. And then over COVID did a lot of watching sailing videos and decided that's what I wanted to do, and so started researching boats and determined that Exquisite was one of the 4 brands that we most likely wanted, and went to the Annapolis Boat Show in 2019 or 2020, and met Tomas in person for the first time. We had spoken with Tomas quite a few times, and found out that they had a boat that an owner had owned for 3 months, and while it was being built, he and his wife had split, and he didn't enjoy it without her, so he decided to sell it. It was only 3 months old. Boat was in Italy, so went over and looked at it, decided to buy it. And so our first real boat experience was crossing from Italy back to the Caribbean, which was, I enjoyed it. I thought she was going to kill me, but you know, 23 days at sea from Lanzarote to St. Lucia was a little past her patience level. And so we've owned the boat just about 3 years. And there were a lot of things that attracted us to Exquisite. One of them was when you buy an Exquisite boat, the list of options is 3 or 4 long. Do you want a dive compressor? Yes or no? Do you want a dinghy? Yes or no? Do you want a built-in tool chest? Yes or no? Other than that, there really aren't a lot of options. And I really respected that because, you know, instead of saying, oh, you can have one of these 7 water makers, do you want air conditioning? Do you want 24 volt? Do you want an inverter? And, you know, I want to buy a complete package, and I don't want to make the wrong decision about equipment and then have to replace it later. So really appreciated that. And speaking with other owners, I think they also appreciate that. The other thing is Tomas continually improves the boats. There's very few boats that are exactly alike. In the, you know, they've only made what 30, 35 of the X5s, and including the X5 Plus, and they're already on a 3rd version of the X5, which I think they have under construction. I don't think they've launched one of them. And so we ended up deciding to upgrade to the 60 power. We have full crew on our boat, and they're on full time. So it's not like dealing with the sails is exactly very stressful for me, but decided we wanted the flexibility of the power and the bigger beds and a couple other things. So we have a 60 under construction. Very excited about that. Picking it up in Portugal in the middle of the year, and plan to spend a year in the Med and maybe 2, come back to this part of the world. And so that's where we are.
Just what I need.
The other thing about Exquisite is their after-sale support. Spoke many times with owners of other boats who, when it breaks. I talked to one guy who bought a brand new boat and the sails didn't fit, and it took him 9 months to get them to replace the sails because the sailmaker blamed the boatmaker and the boatmaker blamed the sailmaker, and they couldn't get sails to fit. So the after-sale support, particularly here at the Exquisite Center, is great. But we were just down in Grenada earlier in the year, and they had a team down there working on 3 boats, and we needed some work when we were in Hilton Head, and they came up and fixed the boat. So the completeness and the after-sale support are very unique to Exquisite.
My name is Steve Booth. I own hull number 23, Brizo, Exquisite Catamaran, and I've been cruising for approximately 12 years, mostly in the BVI with bareboat charters, and when retired, decided to look into cruising more frequently, not necessarily full-time, and surveyed the available catamarans, and fell in love with the Exquisite, both the design, the aesthetic, the quality, the community that comes with it, and the service. All those things were high on my list, and Exquisite checked all those boxes. I've had it since May of this year, and spent a fair amount of time on it, and I've enjoyed it so far, getting to know how it sails, all the systems, a lot of systems on it, and I'm an engineer, and I love all that stuff, and very pleased so far.
So why did you choose this model? It's X5 instead of another one.
Okay. So I guess my priorities on a catamaran were something that would be reliable, something I could get serviced, and something that would be comfortable. And this seemed to meet all those requirements, and that's kind of how I landed on the Exquisite. This particular hull came up for sale as I was doing my search, and was available immediately, and so that was part of the impetus to buy this particular boat.
Where are you sailing mainly?
So due to insurance, spent the summer north of Florida, primarily in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and did day sails from there. And now I'm going to be in the Bahamas for the winter. Looking forward to exploring all the islands down here and taking advantage of everything the Bahamas has to offer.
And so the Exquisite Center, you used to, when you have a problem with the boat, for which reason you are coming to the Exquisite Center?
So the Exquisite Center is kind of a good home base for us during the winter when, we go out and do longer trips in the Bahamas, but then we come back here for service and transportation home. If we need to go home, it's easy to get to and from the States from here. And that's kind of why we like this location. It's a great place to base and then go off and do your trips.
When you look, for example, the new 66, you're thinking, oh, maybe next one will be this one, or you're super happy with this boat and you don't have a project to change it?
Yeah, so given our current situation, the 50, 54, whatever you want to call it, suits us just fine. And the 60 is a very nice boat, and we kind of are envious of that, but that's a lot of boat, and I'm happy where I am right now.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, sure.
My name is Richard Ryan, and I'm the owner of the new Exquisite 60 solar sailor, and very happy to be on board for the first time today and enjoying my new vessel. I'm the three-time owner of Exquisite Yachts. Started off with the X5, and when the X5 Plus came out, I ordered one of those, and as soon as the 60 was announced, I was considering upgrading into a larger vessel, and made the choice to buy the first one when it became available. And proud owner, very happy. I think the thing about Exquisite Yachts that first turned me to look at them and consider purchasing was the quality of the workmanship and the engineering that goes into each vessel. That coupled with the support staff and the very family-oriented style of doing business that Tomas and his wife Sarah bring, as well as our partner Dave, I have to say, it feels more like family. I have always had immediate service and response time. They back their product, their vessel, and I've been very happy and satisfied with the treatment as well as the delivery and service and maintenance on the vessels. This is, again, my third one, and I had the first X5 out of production as well. So we had quite a few processes of finalizing the delivery, fine-tuning the vessel, and I anticipate that with this vessel as well. And I enjoy that process because it's very interactive. I've given full authority to make decisions with the crew and with the team of engineers, and I find that that's fairly unique. I don't know that there are many boat companies that offer that kind of service and support, and have a vested interest to satisfy every customer.
Did you own a catamaran before an Exquisite?
I had a catamaran, but it was a powercat. It was a World Cat, a 32-footer. I purchased the boat when I was living in Maui, Hawaii, and I used that for offshore fishing and other experiences, snorkeling, diving, and whale watching.
So what made help you to make the decision for this one? It was because it was bigger, or also because the electric technology, the hybrid technology?
Initially, I was looking to purchase either a monohull or a catamaran, and I started doing a lot of research online and in print. And I was leading towards a monohull that was made out of the Northeast United States. Very, very nice vessel. However, I started to do the research about the sustainability and sailability of catamarans, and I started leading into the cats. And after having the experience of my World Cat on the open ocean and the sea conditions there, I soon became a believer that it was a much more stable platform, something that's going to be a lot easier on anybody that I would bring out with me. And I wanted to enjoy my trip. I thought about the arrival instead of the sailing at first, and having a nice yacht of any type. But then I started thinking about the livability and the space of a catamaran, and I started to look at different options as catamarans. I looked at all the major producers, and what I found was more of a Winnebago kind of an effect, where you were getting a model that was high quality, but not necessarily customizable, or if you did want to customize, you were on your own. With Exquisite, I found that they're very interactive, and they've incorporated many of the ideas and concepts that the engineer that was on board with my training and with breaking in the boats incorporated. And they've rolled those out into production now. So they're constantly improving the design. They're constantly refining. And when they find something that's important and has a safety element, they immediately deploy it into the entire fleet, going back to the very first boats that they have out.
And for this one in particular, the hybrid system, all the solar panel system was important for you, or was not the most
Absolutely.
important?
No, it absolutely was. I thought the sailability and the speed that the new boat was going to offer, as well as the livability, is a big step up as far as size and space, but also the performance of this vessel. And I've only looked at statistics from the test sailing, so I'm looking forward to my first sail. But this boat moves, and it moves comfortably, safely, and more importantly, the time I can sail this vessel almost twice as fast with the same sea conditions and winds as I could on my last vessel, and that's very impressive. And also, I like the idea. When I first started looking at boats, especially Caribbean sailing, Gulf of Mexico, and North Atlantic, you look at hurricane, you got to worry about, can I get out of there if I want to get out of there? The Exquisite boats allow that, and some of the other boats just don't perform that well.
So you mainly sail in the Caribbean and South America?
That has been my plan. And once was comfortable enough, possibly circumnavigate. I wanted to get to the South Pacific through the Panama Canal. That's a dream and a goal.
Do you sail with a crew or just the family?
Well, I'm single right now, and I had my fiance and I were sailing on the previous vessel. I will probably need at least another person to join me, but hopefully we'll find someone who's enjoys sailing as much as I do and likes the lifestyle. And I'd prefer to have someone that I'm attached to share and enjoy this adventure, because it's a wonderful lifestyle.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Perfect.